Growing up, I worshipped the Rugrats. Absolutely loved them. The TV show was one of the things that I watched constantly. And, merchandise, swim bags, beach towels. If it was possible, I had it. And it kind of occurred to me that I couldn't remember the first episode. I couldn't pinpoint which was the first episode. So I sought it out, and it turns out that the first episode is Tommy's first birthday. This was directed by Howard E. Baker, written by Paul Germain and Craig Bartlett, released in August 1991. This predates me by a good couple of months. And it starts off with, of course, Tommy's first birthday. And I think this is a really great way of introducing all of the babies, because of course they're all coming over to Tommy's house for Tommy's birthday. So straight away we have a really great way to get to know Phil and Lil, Chuckie, and Angelica. We also get introduced to most of the different parents. There are a couple missing, but we obviously establish that Stu is an inventor, that Didi cares about what other parents think of her, even though she's maybe not this perfect parent, because there's no such thing as a perfect parent. And ultimately we learn that Angelica is bossy, rude, not a nice character. We kind of establish that she's going to be the antagonist. We also get to meet Spike, and Spike plays an important role, or rather Spike's dog food, because there is a very beautifully animated part, actually, and I thought it was beautifully done, where Tommy is crawling towards the dog food bowl, and just as he gets closer, what would be the camera pans out, but it's as Grandpa Lou is picking Tommy up and pulling him away from the dog food. But I thought that was beautifully well animated. The animation is a little rough around the edges compared to some of the later episodes, which is completely understandable. Tommy is also not wearing his iconic blue t-shirt. For a lot of it, he's wearing dungarees, which is just a little bit weird. They're still kind of establishing, at this point, iconic costumes, if you like, for the characters. But the dog food features heavily because the children think that if they eat dog food, they will become a dog. They want to turn into a dog. And there's a very entertaining moment with Tommy that I won't say too much about. But I think it was, I think it set up the rest of the episodes really well by allowing us to very quickly establish who the different characters were, what the different adults were like, and indeed the dynamics within the baby group, with Angelica being the bossy older one, Tommy being the youngest. I believe he's the youngest. I don't know if it's ever confirmed that Phil and Lil are older, but I believe Phil and Lil are slightly older than Tommy, even if they're just a slightly older 1-year-old, and Chuckie, of course, being of nervous disposition. It definitely brought back a lot of nostalgia. It's also quite interesting to see kind of different things that have withstood the test of time, and then maybe certain things that are not so much the case now. Especially as treatments of children, 31 years ago, are vastly different to the way children are brought up today. And I might actually continue watching the series. I'm not going to binge watch it, I don't think, but I might just dip into it now and then, see which ones I remember, because I might not have watched every episode. I don't know. There are an awful lot of episodes. I'm not sure how many off the top of my head. Apparently, according to Wikipedia, it was Nickelodeon's longest-running Nicktoon until 2012, when SpongeBob SquarePants aired its 173rd episode, which gives me the impression that it was 172 episodes, or 173. Yeah, nostalgia is real with this one, even though I couldn't specifically remember this as being the first episode. Keen to see how the show develops over the course of the kind of 12 years that it ran after this. If you loved Rugrats growing up, definitely check out the first episode and see what you think. It's a lot of fun.